Good morning, hot dogs. Welcome back to the fun. We're doing it real big at the open house. I'm gonna go in detail on all these buttons on this garbage truck. Let's get started. Deleted scenes, open house, AC, stereo, extra auxiliary buttons or switches actually, not those panel buttons that we don't like. At least I don't like. See, they're switches. Sometimes we wear a lot of us wear gloves, and we need something physical. So you've seen the panel buttons; those are not good. Got a speaker here, some tags, flash, a light for the cap. Got the camera. Buttons don't really do much. We'll get to that in a second. Another light up here. A screen. It can go up, it can go down. Okay, this is the city horn, and this is the air horn. Moving along, dash, speedometer, the mileage. What do we call this? Infotainment system, very small one. And you can look up different things on it if you just go over here to the menu control. Good. This one goes left or right, and you could actually push it as well. So let's try it. Okay, right. Transmission temperature. What happens if I push it? It just kind of highlights. Oh, there it goes. Some kind of alarm or whatnot. Don't need all that. Let's exit, push the button. Going down, RPMs, trip information, there's none. Truck information, chassis info. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, let's go back. Engine info. Engine, Cummins. Engine model 2004 ISL. Okay. Average speed. Oh, that's the governor. So this one tops out at 64. You can't go over 64 miles an hour because it'll cut off the fuel. Okay, let's go back. Diagnostic, no faults found. Warnings, no. Okay, cool. Moving along. Air pressure tanks, primary and secondary. Coolant. Fuel. How many pounds? 22, but that's not accurate. You might want to add like 200 pounds. So it's more like 2,400 pounds on the actual gauge outside of the truck. RPMs and temperature. I don't know where that gauge is for the temperature, but it's not 95 degrees today. Got a air freshener. Moving along, we got a fan and a Peterbilt speaker at the back here. Now let's get to the fun stuff. Okay, ignition is over here on the left side. Tilt for the steering wheel. We got the arm out, clamp, cart switches here for the right hander, and left hander you got to engage it by switching this button to on, so that way that one doesn't engage anymore if you tap it by accident. Only on this side. Okay, let's switch it back. Auto neutral, we don't use these anymore. Usually when the clamp goes into a pre-grip, it'll go into neutral by itself, which I don't like. It's a waste of time. It doesn't give me any power. It used to give me power, but not anymore. So we just keep it off. Okay? So switches. Let's go with the radio. Radio. Turn it on. It's gonna power up. And then I guess you could change it to different West LA, Harbor, and whatnot. Let's leave it how we found it. East Valley. Alright. The fan, the motor, the fan for the motor, if you want to have it on at all times when it's hot, it engages by itself automatically, but you could turn it on manually. These are for the windows, left and right. This is for the fan. It's back here, low, high, and they both turn on. ATC, automatic traction control, for when you're slipping or whatnot, mud and landfill. You don't spin out of control. That's the diff control lock. So all your tires will spin versus when you have it off. One of them might slip, one of them might not. Hazard lights, emergency lights right there. Working lights, headlights, cruise control. This one is for the mirrors, left and right, left, and then this is to heat the mirrors, dim and light up the dashboard. AMRET PTO to engage the packer, to stop the packer by emergency. PTO on. Okay, right now it says ready to pack. That means I can collect. This one is for dumping. Okay, depending on what you want to do. External lights for when it's dark out. You want to look at your can. You can see your can. It's like a spotlight right where the clamps are at. This is your cycles. Oh, when it's on dump, it'll tell you door not fully open. That's the rear door, the tailgate. So let's push it back to collecting. And then this one is the cycle. So the trash gets accumulated in the hopper. This is the hopper area. And there's a packer, a blade that comes out and pushes the trash back. So every time I collect a can, it can move, or every 3 times. So it starts with 3. If I push down, it's gonna say 2. Every 2 cans, it'll pack. Every 1, and it can only go up to 3. 1, 2, or 3. Okay? So I leave it at 3. It works well enough with me picking up 3 cans, and then it starts going packing. Okay? Hopper door. That's this one right here. There's a thing that comes down, smashes it. I hardly ever use it, but sometimes it kind of slides down by itself. I gotta push it open so it could come back. I don't want the cart clamps to hit that, because it could get in the way if you're not careful, and if it slides down by itself. So this is the packer, the top one, which is this one that comes out, and then there's a bottom one that only goes out when you're dumping. My bad. So the top one, while packing, collecting cans, when dumping, the top one goes out first, then this bottom one. This bottom one only moves when you're dumping. That's the bottom, that's the dump packer. Dump packer, and let's see. See, that's the top one, that's the bottom one. So the top one only moves when you're packing and you're collecting. So if I'm dumping, this one would have to be all the way out, and then the bottom one can go out. Otherwise, you can't. You'll have a huge headache if you do that, because if you don't engage this one, and the bottom one goes out when you're dumping, and some of this trash up here falls behind, it's gonna be in the clean out area, and it's gonna make a mess. You're gonna make a big mess. You're gonna have a lot of trash there, and you're gonna need to shovel it out, actually, all of it manually. That's a lot of work. It's happened. It happens to everybody. It hasn't happened to me in years, I believe. because believe me, once it happens to you, you don't want it to happen to you again. Okay, moving along. So packer blade, the top one, dump blade, that's the bottom one, and this is to open the tailgate. Open and close the rear door tailgate. Charger, glove compartment, where to write. That's the flat mirror, and these are convex mirrors. These are very helpful. Here's another one right here. And on the other side, I love using that top one to tell me whether there's someone directly in front of me, because even though this truck doesn't have a nose, it's a flat cab in front, but sometimes, you know, you get these hot dogs that are short and trying to walk in front of you, so that one's very important. Got another flat one, convex right there, and that one is overkill. I don't really use that one. And you might think that these mirrors and windows are clean. They're dirty, but they're fairly clean. These, I keep them down when I'm collecting, so the mirrors are fairly clean. I cleaned one this morning. They're like squeaky clean compared to this one. Look at that. Ooh, extreme close up. Whoa. All right. Not all trucks are the same, but that's pretty much the switches, the interior of this truck specifically. So no joysticks. Some people say, oh, you don't have a joystick. No, we don't have joysticks over here, so we don't need them. We have these switches. Joysticks might be on the which one, the front loaders and whatnot, but yeah, that's about it, my guys. All right, hope you enjoyed. LA Danny out. I forgot one thing. There's this paperwork. Drivers are supposed to leave this paperwork here with basic information of the day before. What were you picking up? How much tonnage did you leave on there, if any? So mine's always gonna be there. All right, good job.